What is going on, guys? Sonic and the Bean Show here. Today we're looking at the brand new Ultra Street Fighter 2 Ryu and Fei Long figures by Jada Toys. I'm so excited to finally get these in hand. I've been waiting for these since San Diego Comic-Con last year, and I gotta say, these look so awesome. I can't wait to get these out of the packaging. So we do get an open window of the figures and all their accessories right here. I really like how the packaging is like a very arcade machine, like the whole entire packaging, which is really cool. You got the health bars right here, and then the buttons, which actually reminds me of like how the Soda Toys Street Fighter figures were, like how their packaging was when they had these. But you also see like Ryu and then Fei Long at the bottom. Then you got like the logo. You get like a small open window right there. Here is the bottom of both packaging. Here's the side. And then we do get some more description down here. Turn it on the other side. And then here is the back, which is pretty much the same thing, but you can see the other fighter that's available, which we do have. But Chun-Li, I definitely can't wait for as well. I do have her pre-ordered, but you can also see like all the other fighters at the bottom right here. As you can see, definitely can't wait for when Jada tries to make the rest of them. So that is really cool. But yeah, so that was the packaging right there, guys. So without further ado, let's go ahead and crack these out of the packaging and take a closer look. Alright, so here is Ryu out of his packaging, and wow. I am just speechless right now, man. I really am. This figure looks outstanding, man. Jada Toys just killed it on this Ryu figure. This looks so good. Now, I will say I was like posing this guy around and everything and messing around with him before I started recording, and I am already in love with this figure. So good, man. Alright, so let's actually get a closer look at the head sculpt right here. So I will say I love the paint around the eyes and in the eyebrows as well. I love how like the eyebrows is over the headband. So cool. And I also like how this is actually like the ties behind the headband. This is like a soft material. Now be careful with that, because you don't want to like tear that off or anything, because it's not like the headband is removable, so you won't be able to like take that off. It is sculpted onto the head, but it does look really good. The gi is also a soft material, but of course the pants is like a hard plastic for the legs. But I really like the shading around it too. Like you can see it like around here, like in some spots, and it actually looks really good. Like it adds like some flair to it, and along with the gi, there's not as much shading that I'm seeing as much as the pants is. Like you may see some maybe into the back, but there is definitely like a pattern here, and it continues, and I really like that. It's really good. The gloves is painted nicely too. It's not like I'm not getting any bleeding anywhere. They're actually painted pretty well. I even seen the other gloves, the other interchangeable ones, and those are painted pretty well too. Now you can take the gi off, which is cool. So all you have to do really is just take the belt off like that, and then you just kind of take this part off of this knob as so, and then just take this off like that. Put the arms back, and there you go. Very simple. See how soft the gi is, how I can just like fold it or so, and then you have this knob thing, of course, to put the belt back on. And now you have Ryu without the gi, so you can see like all like the muscle definition around the guy, which they did a really good job. And I really like how easy it is to take off the gi. Like it's so simple. It's so cool. I mean, maybe if there's a way, if you want to have the belt around while he's, oops, I put it the wrong way. But if there's a way, if you can have the belt around his waist without the gi, that would be cool. But you would need something to hold the belt if you want to do something like that. But yeah, I like it. Now for the articulation, so there actually is a double ball peg to the head and then to the neck. So as you can see, you can have him look down like that, which is really good, and then up like this. You do get your tilts which is really good. And then of course a full rotation, or well, obviously you want to be careful with that, but you can get your articulation you know, with the head, so that's really nice. For the arms, hinge at the shoulder goes out about here, which is nice. And then of course you have your butterfly joint, so it goes back about there and then forward about there. So look at that. There you go. Really nice. Of course you have your bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, which are pinless, and then you have your swivel to the wrist along with a, oops, is this stuck or nope, I have it. Yep, you got your hinge there, which is nice. All right, and then there is also a dumbbell a dumbbell joint here, so you actually get a ball to the upper torso, so you can get a crunch there, and then some tilts. It is actually really good. And then there's one at the waist, so you can have Ryu like literally look down like that, and then you can have him look back about here. It'll want to go back in place, but you do get your tilts, which is really good actually. Like, that is really good. And then you can have them turn, so this is where you're gonna get your waist twist, as you can see. So that's really nice. Legs, hips, you know, you can see it kicks up about here, and then back about there. Excuse my dog barking. For the splits, perfect splits. Look at that, nice. And then for double jointed knees, it's there. You also got your upper thigh swivel, and then the feet kick forward about here, back about there, and then you have your ankle rocker, and there is no toe joint. So yeah, and you can actually almost forgot this, but you can kind of turn this part up, this part right here to the leg. So yeah, but yeah, that's the articulation, and it's really good. So like, posing this guy is really like no issue here. So if you want to do like a Shoryuken, actually, let me put the camera a little bit back so you guys can see what I'm doing here. But there you go. So if you want to do like a Shoryuken, let me just get this guy situated. There you go. It still can work, so that's nice. Or if you want to make Ryu do like a kick like that, and then maybe pose him something like, look at that. The guy can literally stand on his own doing that. It's not the best, but I'm just trying to give you an example of what you can do. Oops. There you go. Look at that. That is so cool. I don't think he'll be able to stand this high if I put the foot a little bit higher, because I think I'm putting too much weight on this side. But it's still really cool, man. This is so cool. Even just having him like this, I love that so much. Alright, now let's go over his accessories here. So let me actually zoom in right here. But you do actually get an interchangeable head, so you have like more of an angry expression. I'm just showing a little bit closer so you guys can see. So that's really nice. And the ties here is different than how this looks, as you can see. So you got that, and then so you got your Hadoken hands right here, which is nice. And like I said, the gloves, the paint on the gloves is really clean. There's some details on them as well, so that's really nice. And then you get your Hadoken, which is nice. And then you can see the hands sculpted in there. Really love the translucent on this blue. It looks so good. And it's like a rubber material too, like this part. It's not like a hard plastic. See how I can like press on it? As you can see. That is nice. And then you do get a stand, you know, and then you can like take this off if you want to. So I'm just put that back, and then you can put let me try to find, here it is. So place that on there, and now you have it. So now what I can do is, let's actually interchange the head. See how easy it like just pops off? Pop this on, right? And then let's take off the hands. So what you can do here is you can have him position. I don't know if I'm gonna do it perfectly, but you can have him position to do a Hadoken. You know, have him like getting ready to throw it. Again, I don't know if this is like the perfect stance, but just giving you an example of what you can do when he's about to throw the Hadoken, like this, you know, something like this or so. There you go. And then have him positioned to throw the Hadoken, like something like this. But you can always like do that. And that's what's really cool about the stand. You can position it however you want to. But yeah, something like that. Have it like this. Oops. You can't really, I'm trying to bring him a little bit closer, but this is probably the best I can do right here. Yeah, something like this. But it's still pretty cool that that the stand, you can like position it if you want. It's a little hard to do it on like, you know, while recording, but you can still see what you can do with this guy. It's really cool. I'm trying to do like his what is he called, the Tatsumaki kick, something like that. But it can still work if you want to do that, you know. Alright, so now let's do some Ryu figure comparisons. So here he is up against the SH Figure Arts Ryu figure. So you can see how we got like a Street Fighter 2 and Street Fighter 5 Ryu up next to each other. And they're relatively the same height, I want to say. Yeah, to me they look about the same height. So yeah. Next up here is the Soda Toys Ryu figure. I think the Soda Toys is a tad taller, but yeah, this used to be like my favorite Ryu figure, man. I used to love this guy, but then it ended up being the SH Figure Arts, and now it's probably this one. But yeah, you can see how these two look up next to each other. Here is the Playmates Toys Ryu figure. And the Playmates, they do make their figures really tall. So yeah, this Ryu figure is super tall. So you can see how that looks. Alright. And then here is the Hasbro Lightning Collection Power Rangers Ryu figure right here. So this guy is taller as well. And I love Power Rangers. And there was one thing I wanted to do, and maybe some of you guys were concerned if you were able to put this head on here. And unfortunately you can't, so let me actually take these heads off just so I can show you why. Take that off, and then I'll take this off. So the main reason why is, as you can see, this ball peg is a lot bigger, this one's small, and this is not going to fit on here. As you can see, it's not going to work, which is a shame. I've always wanted to try to find a Ryu figure that can fit onto this this Ryu morph suit, so that's not gonna work. You can actually have this on, of course, because that ball peg is small, but it does look kind of cool, but a little weird at the same time. I don't know. I think it looks pretty cool, but you can see it's not really on there. So yeah. All right, but you guys got the idea of how that is. So fortunately, that's not going to work. So let me put Ryu's head back on. There you go. Another Ryu figure I do want to compare this with is the Hot Ryu San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Storm Collectibles. So you can see how Storm Collectible Ryu figure will scale with the Jada Toys Ryu figure. So yeah, obviously Storm Collectibles is always, you know, their stuff is always like out of scale with stuff, but I thought you guys can see how that looks. All right, and now let's do something that I've been wanting to do for a while now. So let me get this Ryu situated. So here we have a Mafex Amazing Spider-Man figure, and then we have a Marvel Legends Wolverine figure. So if you want to do like some Marvel vs. Capcom display right here, and they all actually scale pretty nice. I like this. So yeah, you can see where these guys scale. All right. If you want to do like some Capcom versus SNK, here is the D-Arts Terry figure. So it is going to be small. I think even the SH Figure Arts Ryu was taller than this guy too. But yeah, so it's not going to work, unfortunately. Man, now I would love if Jada Toys did some King of Fighters stuff. Now that would actually be really cool. Here's another comparison. If you want to do like your Smash Brothers display with this Ryu figure, here is the SH Figure Arts Mario, and then we got the Jack specific Breath of the Wild Link figure. I'm trying to get Link to stand. There you go. But yeah, there you go. If you want to see how that looks. All right. This is actually one that might help you guys. So here is the 4-inch nail Mega Man, and then the D-Arts Mega Man. So just in case you want to see how when the Jada Toys Mega Man figure comes out, you can see, I just realized his leg is weird, but just so you can see like where the Jada Toys Mega Man figure might scale. So it could be, this might be how it's gonna look, but I thought I would use both of these Mega Man figures since these are one of my favorites. I'm definitely looking forward to that Mega Man figure by Jada Toys. I'm really excited for that one. But yeah, you got those. So let me put these back. Here's what I want to do. Here is the SH Figure Arts Ken. And these guys are about the same height. Yeah. Yep, looks like it. And they actually look great together. Another Ken figure I can't wait by Jada Toys. And then finally, here is some more Jada figures. So here's like Count Chocula and Frankenberry up next to Ryu. So you can see where these guys scale. So that's pretty cool. Now another thing I do want to show off. I just realized something. So I thank God I still have all of my accessories for all my Ryu figures, but I just remembered this Soda Toys Ryu figure came with this bag, which is something that Ryu does actually do, and you can actually make it work to have Ryu hold the bag. That's what I was trying to do. Look at that, man. And like from this angle, looks like he's actually holding the bag. That is so cool. I'm telling you, man, I love this figure. I didn't even get to Fei Long yet, and I'm still having so much fun with this guy. Alright, up next is going to be Fei Long, and again, another outstanding figure, man. I love this guy just as much as I love Ryu as well. And Fei Long was also one of my favorites, you know. I haven't really had, you know, a Fei Long figure since, I think the Soda Toys one, I believe. I don't know if that was like his only figure, but that was the only one I've had. And I'm really happy I got, well, a new Fei Long figure, you know. I think this is really, really, really cool, man. I love this guy so much. So I gotta say, for the head sculpt right here, I feel like I like this head sculpt more than Ryu's. Like, nothing wrong with Ryu, it's just that I feel like this head sculpt just captures Fei Long perfect, you know? Like, it looks exactly how he looks in the game, you know? It just looks really, really good. Love the hair sculpt as well. That is really, really good. Of course, same thing with like Ryu. Like, he got like the muscles, details around the arms, the chest, the abs. You know, as brolic as, you know, as Fei Long really is, you know, he was always like shredded. So they did a really good job with that. And then Fei Long, he has like, you can see like some lines, like a pattern going on with the pants, as you can see, all around. So that looks really, really good. And then of course you got like his kung fu shoes. Then like some yellow outsoles. And the paint's actually pretty clean. It may be bleeding a little bit to the side here, but like I don't really notice it far away. There's the bottom of the shoes. Yeah, really, really cool. And it's wild because, you know, Fei Long, you know, he doesn't have a lot going on, you know, like from, you know, like from the character design, really there's not a lot going on with the figure. It is pretty plain, but you know, this figure poses really, really well, but it also looks really good too, you know. I love this guy so much. So let's actually go over the articulation. So same thing with Ryu really. So you get a full rotation to the head. He does look up really, really well. That is really good. And then the look down, pretty good, because you do have that dumbbell joint to the head and then like to the neck. So you're able to get a lot of movement. Like, look at those tilts. Look at that. That is really good. And then for the arms, you do get a full rotation. Butterfly joints goes forward about here, back about there. And it's really, really smooth. You do get your bicep swivel. Double jointed elbows, which are pinless, which is nice. You get a rotation to the wrist and a hinge. Same thing with the torso, like I said with Ryu. So you do get a ball up here, so you can actually rotate that. Have it forward here, back there. Even when you have it forward or back, it doesn't even look that bad. It's not like there's like a gap or anything, you know. It looks really good. And then a ball down here, so you can have Fei Long look down like that, back like that, your tilts to the side, and then of course your rotation if you want to rotate them all the way around. I feel like you can rotate this part with Ryu too, but I don't know if maybe the gi was getting in the way. I'm not too sure, but I usually just use the lower part of the, like the waist right here anyway. For the legs, perfect splits, which is perfect for Fei Long. Look at that. And then, you know, the hips can go forward about here. It's really, really good. So you can make him do them kicks. And then back about here. Upper thigh cut. You got your double jointed legs or knees. Sorry about that. Look, you can even have him kick himself like that. Really, really good, man. You do got a rotation here to the foot, and then they can kick forward about here, back about there, and then you do get your ankle rocker. So yeah, really good articulation on Fei Long, man. What I really like is that, so let me actually go over the accessories before I even mess around with that. But for your accessories, you do get an interchangeable head sculpt, which is really just like an angry expression, more of an angry expression. So you can see how that is compared to this. So you got like teeth showing this time. So you got that. And then you do have these other interchangeable hands right here for like the, you know, your signature stance for Fei Long, which I'm probably going to end up using for the most part because that is usually what he does. And then you have you have like his flaming, this flaming piece for the foot where he does like the fire high kick. and you can actually put this into the leg. Now look at that. And just have him pose up, you know. Look at that. And it looks really good. And it is actually a really soft material, so you can see how I can just squeeze it, you know. But that translucent fire looks really good, man. That is just amazing. Alright, so I just switched the parts out, so I do have the interchangeable head and then the hands on here. But as you can see, look at that. Or if you want to put him in his stance, that I'll try to do. So I'm just gonna put his hands as so. Put this foot like that, and it's something like this. You know, it looks really cool. Oh man, I love these figures, man. Look at that. There you go. Oh, I just had it. I had it for like a split second, but you see I'm trying to have him balance it out. There you go. Look at that. That looks so good. He's like, "Wah!" So cool. Oh man, this figure is so fun to pose around, man. It really is. Let me try the fire piece thing again. When he does like the spin thing, when he spins around and does this, which is really cool. Man, this is so great. The ab crunch is so good on these figures. Not even just Fei Long, Ryu too. Like I just, oh, it's so fun. So much fun to pose around, man. But you can see how well I'm able to balance these guys with just one foot. You know, like it's just insane. And these are just $25 figures, man. Just $25. Oh, oops! I just realized this foot was. I forgot. I was posing this guy so much. I forgot the joints was in weird positions. Oh, you know what? There's another thing I want to do. Hold on. There you go. Look at that. It's not perfect, but look what I'm able to do with the legs, man. It's so cool. Another thing I want to do. Look, I'm just like posing this guy around because there's just so much poses I can think of and I'm trying to do. But maybe something like in a crouching position if you want. And look, I did that with no problem. Look at that. Alright, now for some Fei Long figure comparison. So of course here he is up against Ryu that we just reviewed. And I think they're about the same height actually. So you can see that they are going to just scale perfectly with each other. So that is actually pretty cool. I do like that. Alright, another comparison. Here he is with the old Soda Toys Fei Long figure. And look how skinny and tall this guy is. But I can't say too much because I remember when this guy first came out, I was like, man, this is the best figure ever. But yeah, look at the difference right there. He has really loose legs. This figure is old, man. Had it for a while, but yeah, you can see how these two scale with each other. And then let's actually do some more SH Figure Arts figures. So here he is if you want to have him scaled with Ken side by side. And then we can also add in oops, his hold on, his arm just popped out, but here is Akuma. Let me actually zoom out a little bit right there. There you go. It's just so you can see where Fei Long would scale with these guys. So there you go. And yeah, I like it. Let's just add Ryu right here. Alright guys, that is going to wrap up this review on the Jada Toys Ultra Street Fighter 2 Ryu and Fei Long figures. I gotta say, the wait was totally worth it on these figures. I am really impressed by what Jada Toys did here. And I love their figures, you know. I love their Universal Monsters line, their cereal mascots, and now I already love their Street Fighter line. And I know for sure I'm definitely going to love their new Mega Man line because I'm also a fan of that franchise as well. But these figures, I highly recommend picking them up. Even if you're not a Street Fighter fan, but you still love action figures, these are still a great pickup to add to your collection. Now, I had these pre-ordered on Big Bad Toy Store. That's where I bought mine. But I'm hearing these are also hidden targets, so you can pick yours up there as well. But yeah, man, these are really great figures. I think my only gripe is that I do wish Ryu and Fei Long's hair were a bit more brown, like how they originally were in the game. Because here they are a bit too dark on the figures. I might actually pick up another Ryu and probably paint the gloves and hair brown just to give it that classic look in Street Fighter 2. I also just noticed that Fei Long has a black smudge on his right shoulder. I don't know where that came from. But anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed the review. And I will definitely catch you guys in the next video. Take care, my friends.